Hello, hello. Welcome to the A-Listers podcast. I am Jahsleighe Rochelle, one of your co-hosts, joined by my lovely co-host, Katherine Rowe. Katherine, how are you this week? What is an Oscar of your week? What is a Razzie of your week?
Hello, Jossley. My Oscar for the week. Let's start positive. My Oscar for the week was that I had a quick little work trip last week, and it went really well, and it was really enjoyable, and it was just a good time. And it was just, I was like, at the end of it, I was like, oh, I really like my job, and I like what I do for work. So that was like a nice feeling at the end of it. My Razzie for the week was on the flight there, and my enemy for the week is Disney Plus, the app, because I am team like download stuff on your phone and watch that on the plane instead of like watching what they have in flight. And I downloaded a lot of stuff on Disney Plus, and then the app wouldn't work. They were like, "You don't have Wi-Fi," and I was like, "I know, that's why I downloaded these things onto my phone," and they wouldn't load. So that made me really mad. And I had to read my book, so maybe it was a good thing, but I was kind of sad about it.
You didn't want to watch anything on the in-flight options?
I only had AirPods, and they weren't connecting, and like the flight attendant had already gone through to hand out their headphones, and I didn't ask for one, and I felt kind of bad asking for one later.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
That's a reason.
but overall, it was a good week. My Rotten Tomatoes score, probably like a 92. You know, it was busy, but it was a really good week. So,
Nice.
yeah. How was your week?
Nice. My week was splendid. My Oscar is. Are you laughing at me saying splendid?
Yeah, I like it. It feels like a principle. Like you'd be like, the word of the year is splendid.
So yesterday I went to House Guest Live with Scott Evans. He is actually a host. Like he did Access Hollywood for many years, and he has this YouTube series called House Guests where he like brings on people, and he literally like brings them to their house, and he like cooks for them, and they like play games. And to be honest, it was my most watched YouTube show last year, and I was like in like top 0.1% of watchers last year. So when I saw that he had a live show coming to Atlanta, I was like, oh, I'm there. So it was fun. As far as guests, he brought Danielle Brooks, from like The Color Purple. I saw her in the Broadway show The Piano Lesson, and I think she was in Orange and New Black, but I didn't watch Orange is the New Black, but Orange is the New Black. But yeah, and then also Miss Pat was there. But it was fun, and it was so like it's so cool to see like somebody like live, So yeah, I enjoyed that. As far as my Razzie of the week, so as you know, I'm a little farmer girl. I'd be on the farm sometimes, and so the Easter weekend we planted a lot. And the sun was beaming, and I had a short sleeve shirt on. So I got a farmer.
Scared. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, like my tan, in short, my Razzie is my tan lines. So at first I have like a short sleeve tan line. So that was last week, and so I went out to the farm this weekend, and I was like, okay, no like t-shirts, no short sleeves. And I wore like a tank top, and then I got home and I saw like the tank top tan line as well. And I'm like, okay, it's not as bad as the short sleeve tan line, but hey. So we're trying to even out my arms right now. And I totally forgot that we're trying to even out my arms. And I went on a walk today, and I was like, oh, the sun is beaming. And then I had a t-shirt on, and I was like, oh no, the sun is beaming.
You're just destined for the farmer's tan life, I think.
No. Well, I'm definitely gonna probably lose it, because when it gets to a chance, like when we're actually harvesting and like picking like the vegetables off the I guess plant, me and my mom, we always wear like long sleeves so we don't get so it doesn't stick us, and like so the bugs don't get us. So I'm just doing short sleeves right now, but so don't look at my arms right now. They're like a little ombre.
I know. I'm like, arm reveal. Like, can we see that? Are you gonna post that on the podcast Instagram?
I would like for my Easter dress. My Easter dress was sleeveless, and I was like, oh, like it was. I don't know. But other than that, my week was pretty good. I would say my Rotten Tomato score was about a 90. It wasn't too bad. Yeah, we're up from the 80s. You know, we're going only up from here.
Very exciting.
Yeah, but in other words, what are you watching?
Yeah, well, right before this, I was watching the WNBA 2026 draft, which was really exciting. And then this past week, I started a new show from the creator of... Have you ever watched The Dairy Girls on Netflix? It's like an Irish show.
No, but I know what you're talking about. With
you would like it.
Penelope?
The girl from Bridgerton. Yes. Yeah. It's really good. It's like one of my favorite shows of all time. But she, basically the creator and the writer of that, wrote this new show that's like also based in Ireland, but it's kind of a thriller this time. So I started that on the plane, and it's really good. It's not as good as Dairy Girls, but it's really, really good. It's called How to Get to Heaven from Belfast, I believe.
Okay. Nice. Well, let's see. What am I watching?
What are you watching?
I'm still watching Paradise. Slow and Steady Wins the Race. I think I'm on episode 3, episode 4.
Can I tell you
my
something?
Trader Joe's. What?
I already finished it.
It's fine.
I just finished it.
I was kind of upset at how far like I have been. I'm like, I want to watch more TV, and then I'm like, you know what? Back in the day, I probably would have had to wait a whole week. Like, it's fine. But my Trader Joe's cashier, he asked me, he was like, what are you watching? And I was like, Paradise. He's like, it's a good one. So we had a pretty long conversation about it. But then I'm also watching, I purchased this movie on DVD, and it came in the mail, and I popped it in my DVD player because I do have a DVD player. But I texted you about this, but guess who? Starring Ashton Kutcher and Zoe Saldana. I really like that movie. And I remembered how good I liked it, and I tried to like stream it somewhere. It wasn't streaming, so I was like, gotta get it on DVD now, and it was like $5 on DVD. So
that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. Yeah, and then I changed it to be in my Letterboxd top 4, and I learned
you did. I didn't even see that.
So I replaced it with White Chicks. So now it's Guess Who. It might change because now I feel comfortable to change it often, knowing that you change it often.
Yeah. I know I was vulnerable with you, and I said that like my top 3 stay the same, and then my 4th one changes like every 2 or 3 months, I think.
Yeah. I think that's relevant because like that 4th one, I'm like, sometimes it could be Legally Blonde, sometimes it could be White Chicks, sometimes it could be Guess Who. So I feel like that's relevant. But other than me changing my 4th top 4 movies, any movie news on your end?
I think the only thing that I thought of was that I finally watched the Odyssey trailer. I saw it in theaters for the first time. I think because I actually made it to the theater in time to watch some of the trailers. But it looks really good. I'm really excited for it. So just excited for that coming up. Yeah.
Nice. I do want to say, I don't know if this is specifically for theaters in Kansas City, but Cinemark is returning the $1.75 movies during the summertime. So if you get a little hot in the heat and you want to cool down, Cinemark is having $1.75 movies. There are for certain times, but that sounds pretty cool. Like that's cheap. That's lower than a gallon of gas right now.
Wouldn't know.
So.
No, that is exciting. I feel like... Sorry. That is exciting, though. Because I feel like people spend money at the movies when the movie tickets are cheap. Like, you're way more likely to buy, like, popcorn and a drink if you go for $1.75. So, that's super cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the movie news on my end. But the biggest news is rom-coms are back because... Rom-coms are back.
You, me, and the
Rom-coms are
rom-com genre. Yeah.
And this week, we watched You, Me, and Tuscany. Movie starring Halle Bailey and Reggae Jean Page. And a quick... Let me get myself together. My excitement.
Laughing. I was like, did I miss something?
No, I'm just so excited to talk.
Oh, I know. This is such a Jahsleighe week. I'm very excited for it. So
and I went to go see it with my parents, and my mom, she tapped me during the movie, and she said, look at my dad," and I was like, "What?" I said, "Is he asleep?" And she goes, "No, he's smiling," and I'm like, rom-coms are back. Rom-coms are back.
That's cute. Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a good movie. But a quick synopsis. Spoiler alert, I liked it. Quick synopsis is, sometimes the wrong place is right where you need to be. From Will Packer, the blockbuster producer of Girls Trip, the Ride Along franchise. Okay, this is a very thorough synopsis.
I was wondering if you were going to read all of it. I was taking a peek at it and I was like, oh, it's long.
Thank you, Rotten Tomatoes, for this thorough. They had time today. Yeah. Anyway, Anna, a young woman who has abandoned her dreams of becoming a chef and is now drifting through her 20s with a series of bad choices. When Anna loses her house-sitting job and housing, in one fell swoop, a chance encounter with Matteo, a handsome Italian who happens to have a villa sitting empty in Tuscany, will inspire her to jet off for Italy against the advice of her always honest bestie, Claire. But Anna's plan to crash at Mattea's villa without permission just for one night falls apart when Mattea's mother, Gabriella, shows up at the house unexpectedly. In a panic, Anna allows Gabriella to believe that she is Matteo's fiancé. That little lie becomes a big pattern, though, when Matteo's cousin, Michael, shows up and Anna discovers that the heat between them may ignite in a fire that will transform her life.
Ooh. Spicy.
Yes. It has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 68 because there are haters in the world, but it has a popcorn meter rating of 94. Miss Catherine Rowe of Owensboro, the Duchess of Owensboro, how did you like this movie?
No, I liked it a lot. I mean, I like rom-coms. They're not my favorite movies, so I don't always seek them out, but I think that it was really fun. I'm not surprised by the Rotten Tomato popcorn score. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's always what happens with rom-coms is like, critics are like, oh, the plot and the dialogue, and you're like, that's not what we're here for. Like, I'm here to see Mr. Bridgerton take off his shirt in a vineyard. Like, but no, I really like this movie. I thought it was really cute. My theater was very full. I feel like people always say like rom-coms are not like as popular now, and I'm like, yo, my theater was full. Like,
mine was too.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very full. It was really fun to see it with a lot of people because like we were laughing. I thought it was really funny. I thought the side characters were really funny. The leads were really attractive. I was literally like, okay, Mr. Bridgerton, like, you got me. Like, I need to go back and rewatch season 1. That was my takeaway with it. I was like, I gotta rewatch it. But no, I thought it was really good. It's set in Italy. I was like, Jahsleighe, this is a movie for Jahsleighe. Like, I was like, Mr. Bridgerton's in the lead. It's a rom-com. It takes place in New York and then in Europe. I was like, happy.
As soon as I saw, where was she? I think she was on the Upper East Side. But then they also showed, like, Rockefeller Center, like, the Met. And I was like, oh, and like Central Park. I'm like, okay, don't tempt me with a good time. I might book a flight to Italy. But yeah.
I was like, what job does she have before it's revealed that she's a house sitter? I was like, what is she working that she is so young and she is in this job? But then, she was a house sitter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But before we get into the plot, I know we usually don't do this, but I first would like to give a shout out to the producer, Mr. Will Packer. He is in his bag, and I like him because he has produced Girls Trip, About Last Night, Think Like a Man, This Christmas, Straight Outta Compton, and This Christmas is in my Letterboxd top 4. I love Think Like a Man. That might get in rotation sometime. Girls
That's
Trip
the one
is
where she
also
can start
good.
reading men's thoughts, right?
No.
Oh, what's that one?
Think Like a Man is like where it's based off of the book that Steve Harvey wrote, and it's like different characters. Yeah, it's
Okay.
with Megan Good, Michael Ealy. It's good. I really like that. John Legend did the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to Mr. Will Packer because he once again dropped a good one. Yeah, really like him. In addition, the director is Kate Corio. She did Marry Me and A Case of You. Have you seen Marry Me? That's with J-Lo.
Marry Me with J-Lo. I don't think so. No.
I think it was like J-Lo and what's the guy? He plays a cowboy sometimes.
You got to give me more than that.
Blonde hair. Owen Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were romantic partners?
I think so. I didn't see it, but I think it was like she was like a pop star, and she kind of maybe he was like a civilian, and he just was like he was like, marry me. It was kind of weird. I didn't watch it. But.
I don't like when people are unevenly matched in levels of attraction. And this movie thankfully did not struggle with that, but don't put J-Lo with Owen Wilson. Respect to Owen Wilson. He's not even ugly, but J-Lo is no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's the director. And then our stars of the show are Halle Bailey, and also known from Little Mermaid, and then we have Reggae Jean Page. Are you a fan of them?
Yes, I mean I love Little Mermaid. This is my OG top Letterboxd 4 movie, and I loved her in the remake. I'm not a Disney remake hater. I'm not a Disney remake lover, but I thought she was really good. I love her music that she does with her sister. That's probably where I knew her first as a singer. And then I don't know if I've seen her anything else besides The Little Mermaid and this. I don't really know if she's been in a lot of those.
She was in Grownish.
No, I didn't watch that.
Yeah.
And then I like him as well. I mean, I have only seen him also in Bridgerton, but phenomenal in that season. And I saw him in the Black Bag movie that we saw together last year.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was glad to see him back. I think he does. Maybe he wanted to get away from the romance genre of it all, but I think he does really well in it. And I thought that he was a very charming lead. And yeah, so I haven't seen him in a ton, but I always think they're good in what they do. So
yeah, and I think going back to Will Packer. Reggae, he actually did a project with him. I think it was called The Roots, but maybe 2015.
Oh, the Roots remake? Okay.
Maybe something like that. But well, obviously it wasn't the original Roots. So maybe it was the remake.
Yeah, I realized when I said that, I was like, it has to be the remake because I don't think he's that old.
But Will Packer was the producer for that, and so I think that's how him and Reggae have that relationship. So he was like, "Hey, would you want to do this?" So, so yeah,
wow.
But no, I'm a fan of him. To be honest, it's for Bridgerton, it's okay. I was like, oh yeah, he's cool, whatever. But then for this movie and watching the press tours, I'm like, wait, I really like him. Yeah, I think he's cool. I don't know. Yeah, I like him. There are some other characters. We have Lorenzo de Moor, Marco Calvani, and my girl, the sister Isabella.
Oh
Stella.
yeah. I had never seen any of these people before, and I loved them all. I loved the entire Italian family.
Yes, the taxi driver loved him. The sister
cute.
loved her. So, yeah. Okay. So overall thoughts on the movie? You said you loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. And I think like the side characters can sometimes like make or break a movie, and the side characters were so funny that it made it like really, because like sometimes you're watching the main couple and you really like the main couple, but then it'll cut to like other, and you're like, I don't really like this, but I thought a lot of the side characters were really good. But no, I thought it was cute. It had me smiling, it had me laughing. It was a good time. He sang and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I knew they were gonna have Hallie sing, but I was like, hey, like he sounds good.
Yeah, I wasn't well, first of all, when they got in the car and he played Let Me Love You by Mario, I wasn't expecting that. I was very shocked. I was like her. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then when he sung, I was like, oh. But I think from one of the press tours, I think that he was actually in a band. So maybe he actually, maybe he actually can sing.
That was the scene that like kind of won me over for him. I was a little bit like, okay. Doing it in front of your mom is a little weird, but like I see you.
Yeah, but no, it was very cute. I also, so I mean, you know, with rom-coms, they're cheesy, they could be a little corny, but I feel like this was like the right amount. Like it wasn't overly like cheesy and corny. Like it was good. It was good. It had the right. You know, if they were baking a cake, that cake would turn out real nice. They had 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour. They measured it out real nice. And I really enjoyed it. So, and
it wasn't... sorry, can I add one more thing to that?
Yeah.
I was going to say, it wasn't... I don't love a love triangle. And it kind of was like loosely technically a love triangle, but not really at all. Because she does technically meet the Italian brother first and like flirts with him, but like there's never really at any point that you think she's gonna like end up with the Italian man. And I like that. I was like, yes, I hate a love triangle personally, so I like that a lot.
Yeah. One thing though, I would say at the beginning in her New York era, she was low key like, I'm like, Hallie, don't get on my nerves.
Oh,
like get yourself together.
When she was wearing the other lady's lingerie, I was like, don't ever come in my house. But
I'm like,
I have house sat a lot of times, and I've maybe worn like someone's jacket real quick. So I was like, to put the whole like the heels on too. Like I was like, I would be mad as well. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm like, and then she's all like, oh, my phone's down. Can you charge my phone? Like, oh, charge these cards. Like, let's see which one works. I'm like, Miss Girl, we need to get yourself together. Like, please don't get on my nerves. Like, please, let's get yourself together. But she turned
also like, where was her? I know she had $500 in the bank account. If you're really house and dog staying in New York, like you're making bank. So I was like, where's the money going? Because I know you're making good money here.
Yeah. So, but, you know, I'm glad that wasn't the story because at first I was like, I'm not team Mateo or Michael until you get yourself together. Okay. But yeah, but other than that, when she got to Tuscany too, and she just kind of took a flight, no bookings. It's a little risky, but it all turned out, I guess. But
the flight was already booked too. She wasn't paying anymore, you know. That made sense.
Yeah. But back to your part about how you said it wasn't like a love triangle. I did also like that too, because I was gonna be like, oh, like what romance trope is this? But I realized I was like, it wasn't really too much. I mean, it was kind of like enemies to lovers in the beginning.
Yeah, a little bit of enemies to lovers.
Yeah, but more like a quick enemies to lovers. Yeah. And then it was like a little fake dating, but it wasn't like them fake dating. So it was good. It was good. But I have a quick question here. So in your opinion, who did you think was the antagonist of this movie? Like, who were you like, they're the problem?
The first antagonist of the movie was the waitress who gave him the sandwich, even though she very clearly was buying that sandwich first. I was like, girl, stop flirting with him. Like, she was obviously about to buy that sandwich. I mean, I think Mateo was the real antagonist of the movie because he did seem to be pretty self-centered and didn't seem to, like, think of his family and stuff. But I think they did a good job of he wasn't evil. Like, I think he just kind of seemed like a young guy that was like making selfish decisions. But yeah, I mean, also like kind of Halle Bailey in the beginning when she was wearing the other lady's clothes. Like, I was a little bit like, am I going to root for her to find love? Because this is kind of a rough start. So, but who did you think was the antagonist?
I'm gonna have to go with Mateo. Well, like, not only was it like, I mean, he kind of helped her out because he was like, look at my place, and then she like stayed there. But also, like, when he came to Italy and he was like, no, but like, let's keep this going longer. But then even just kind of like through the movie, like, he was all like with the barrel racing, like he was always just kind of like starting stuff here and there. So yeah, I would say Mateo. I would say who's not a protagonist, the dad.
Oh yeah.
When he was like straight up telling Michael, he was like, you got to go after what you want. He's like, Mateo's going to be Mateo. Like,
no, I loved how they were all like, you guys like each other. What does it matter if Mateo's around? Like, they were like, we like Michael better. Like, I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, forget Mateo. Like, he goes to New York. He goes to all these cities. He doesn't want to run this winery.
Yeah.
But yeah. Speaking of which, could you ever see yourself like running like a farm? You have a family farm. Could you see yourself?
Shut up. Did my parents ask you to ask this question?
Yeah. We're just
actually, the family farm just expanded a little. I'll side note you that afterwards. Yeah. But I don't think so.
Wow. She's Mateo.
Sorry.
Keep going, Mateo.
Yeah. I think like it would be nice, but it is, not to sound like Mateo, it is a lot of responsibility. Maybe when I'm like 50, I think that would be like a nice,
Mateo,
like, retire from the office life. Okay, so I would not abandon my family like that. I don't think I'd want to do it for like my main career or anything. Sorry to hate on the Rowe family farm and the Rochelle family farm. Sorry, guys, but I like my big city life, okay?
Okay, so does Mateo. It's totally fine.
There was clearly one restaurant in that town. That doesn't work for me. I don't care if it's a family restaurant. I'm not going to the same place every day.
Wow. Not only is she getting on the family farm, but she's also talking about Owensboro. Wow. Owensboro has more than one restaurant. I'm joking.
My parents don't even live in Owensboro anymore. It's Beaver Dam, so and that has one restaurant, but
it's like, okay, well, I hope you're not leaving a house empty for everybody in Beaver Dam.
I mean, that was crazy work that he bought that nice as heck villa and then just left it, and the fact that he like hasn't talked to his family in a year. I was like, you can call your family. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. To be honest, though, I can kind of see myself running like a farm, maybe.
Well, yeah. Maybe. I mean, obviously you can. You help run a farm right now. That'd be like if you were like, I could see myself podcasting as a hobby. Well, yeah, I'd hope so.
As I just talked about my tan lines. It's like, yeah, I could do it.
That's your Oscar, like, every week is something you did on the farm, so.
Yeah, the rose bushes that my mother got me are looking stellar. Another Razzie would be the water hose didn't reach to it, so I had to keep refilling this bucket and, like, pulling it over. Anywho, back to the movie. But no, I think that's also what made me like Michael a little bit more, was that he did run this like vineyard and he was very knowledgeable in his family's business. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah. So, yeah. And like it was compatible to her lifestyle. Like she wanted to run a restaurant and, you know, clearly loved Italy and stuff. So they were definitely more compatible.
And she can cook. Yeah. So, yeah, they were definitely a lot more compatible. But isn't your favorite kind of cuisine Italian food or no?
I don't know if it's maybe like my overall. It's not like my favorite. Like I wouldn't say pasta's my favorite food, but if I am in a new city and I'm picking a restaurant, I probably am gonna go to Italian because I feel like it's hard to go wrong with that. But it's not necessarily my favorite food. So, what's yours?
Okay. My favorite like type of cuisine is like an Asian fusion, Japanese. Love that. I'm always like searching for like a Japanese restaurant. But I like Italian too though. Yeah. And when she was cooking, I was getting very excited for like tomatoes, basil, like I'm like, Not excited for garlic though, because one thing I'm gonna do is buy jarred garlic because I cannot. I cannot. People are like, it doesn't taste the same. I'm like, it saves me 30 minutes to an hour. Okay.
It tastes just fine at the end of the day. So it did make me want to like, it did make me want to like sauce up my pasta a little bit. I was like, oh, these veggies look good. Like the stuff looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was really sweet. It was really sweet. I'm trying to think what else that I wanted. Little fun fact. So they started filming in Pienza in Tuscany. Pienza, which is in Tuscany, Italy, on July 30, 2025. So it was a quick turnaround. I think they did like 3 months of filming. So they started in July, wrapped up in about October. The movie came out.
See, now that's when I am like jealous of being an actor and actress, because imagine you just get to go to Italy for 3 months for your job. Like, that's nice.
Yeah. And like it was like a good time. Yeah.
Did you feel a connection to her since she was from Atlanta, moved to New York, and then wanted to work on this family farm? I was like, is this Jahsleigh's dream life?
It's like Will Packer. Are you It's like, do I need to close my blinds?
He probably listened to this pod, and then
shout out to Will Packer. And he's like he does something with the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
I want to say he's like maybe a part owner or something. He got some business ties to the Atlanta Falcons. But no, I did. I like tapped my mom when she was like, no, we were from Atlanta, then we went to New York. Yeah. Catherine, are you telling me that I should go to Italy? Like, I know I've been trying to go to London. Okay, fine.
If I'm invited, then absolutely you should go to Italy. Like, I will help set you up with people or with guys there, you know?
Okay, thank you. I do want to, this is not necessarily, well, it's a little bit of Rome, but I do want to trace the steps of Peter, because he went to, Rome, and, like, there's trips out there.
Peter the Apostle, to be clear. Okay.
Yeah. For someone wondering, who's Peter?
Peter Parker. Peter like...
And then I think Corinth, from like Corinthians. Is that like Greece or something? Yeah, but there's trips out there.
Why are you asking me a geography question? I don't.
Sorry.
The two things we're worst at on this podcast is correctly pronouncing celebrity names and locating, like figuring out geography questions. Yeah. It's not our strong suit.
But I do want to do that trip. I think it'll be fun. Maybe I can do it for my bachelorette.
Oh, okay. Feels like we got to get something else planned there. We might be missing a key portion. Maybe I'll do it for my bachelorette, and then I'll invite you. So.
Okay, cool. I'll bring my Bible. It's like, oh, which one?
Oh, which one? ESV, NIV?
King James version.
Do you read the King James version?
I have, to be honest, I do have a travel size King James version Bible.
I know your grandma.
And we're getting on a tangent. So I do have I try to read a Proverbs a day, right?
Right.
So I do have this travel size Bible, and I can put it in my suitcase, and I try to read the Proverbs a day. And let me tell you, those King James proverbs are different than, than the ESV proverbs. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Hmm.
I'm like, for me to have been reading a proverbs a day for about a year, I have no idea what this is saying.
So, yeah, I'm an ESV all the way, so I
Yeah.
don't support the
Yeah.
King James.
No, I don't support. Who is King James? We don't know. But going back, I don't even know where we left off. I do like Italian food. I wouldn't mind going to Italy. I haven't been to Tuscany though. It seems like pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah. Any other thoughts in the movie? Was there like a point where you were like, I need a ciggy? Like, this is a lot.
I'm trying to think. No, I mean it was a pretty quick movie. When Mateo was like kissing his ex-girlfriend out in the middle of the street, I was like, bro, what are you doing?
I want more insight of why they broke up. Maybe we should do like a part two.
Yeah.
Like, still have, what was it, Michael and Anna, or Anna. But then let's focus on Mateo. Like, why did he leave? You know, why did he just leave the girl there?
What would you name that? Would it be like You, Me, and Rome? Or like, are you switching it up? Or is it going to be like You, Me, and Tuscany one more time? You and Me and Tuscany.
Maybe we should
Take it back now, y'all? Or what are we doing?
take it back now. One hop this time. Well, I feel like we want to keep it in Tuscany for the winery or for the vineyard. Wait, what's the difference between a winery and a vineyard? A vineyard is the yard. A winery is where it makes the wine, right?
Yeah, like that's actual business where like it's in the barrels are being made into wine, right?
I think so.
Like a winery has a vineyard, but a vineyard doesn't necessarily have to have a winery like there.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe I am Italian. It's coming through.
Ciao.
Buena noche. I was like, I can learn Italian too.
Okay. No.
Did he know Italian before this movie? Reggae,
so because I've been watching these press things.
I know you have, yes.
Apparently he had an Italian tutor for like a couple months leading up to the filming. And then and he said that he like forgot most of his Italian though. So
he sounded good though. I mean, I don't speak Italian, so he could have sounded terrible, but I thought he sounded good.
Yeah. And well, he was saying because the character is like not technically like from Italy, like he still had to kind of keep that like British like accent to it, but yeah.
Wait, somebody like tweeted or put on their Letterboxd review, they were like, British people in rom-coms like be anywhere but in Britain. And I was like, that's so a rom-com loves a British person that is in a different country. Like
the whole Emily in Paris, like there's like
never
one guy
seen
in
it,
there.
but yeah, okay.
Okay.
But I will nod along. Feel free.
Yeah.
Talk as much as you want.
But yeah. Also, but speaking Italian, so I did go to Rome in 2022.
You're a world traveler.
And so, yeah, maybe I should go back. But I remember I told my mom, because what is good morning? It's like bon. How do you say good morning in Italian? It's very similar to bonjour.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, yes. Buongiorno. And so I was like...
I told you I studied what they were saying.
I told my mom, I was like, maybe they think I look French because they keep telling me bonjour. And she's like, no, they're saying buongiorno. That's like... And then, but so it's also like grazie. It's like thank you, like grazie. My dad kept saying gracias. So
that's a very dad move. That feels like so. Dads love a gracias. Like they love to say that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, buongiorno.
Buongiorno.
But yeah. I do want to give a special shout out once again to the sister. I thought she was very funny. Very funny. Yeah, she cracked me up. The cab driver also cracked me up. Any characters any favorite characters that you have? Any particularly favorite characters you weren't fond of, or characters you weren't fond of?
Yeah, my favorite and least favorite. Yeah, the sister was really good. I did like Lorenzo, the taxi. He was like a good mixture of like funny, but he was very sweet too.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the like people in the car that were like harassing or like heckling them when they were in the vineyard, like both of those scenes with the two people in the car was very funny. But yeah, and then my least favorite, I don't know. I thought everybody did a really good job. The ex-girlfriend was kind of like not really there. Like she was the only one that I was like, I feel like they just needed her to like have this phone call to Mateo and then make out with him. So maybe her, just because like we didn't even really see her, and you know. But if I was her, I would also be mad. Like if your fiance breaks off the engagement and then like a year later you see this girl with the exact same ring.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be
I
mad.
would snitch. Also, though, like I thought it was funny, but also relatable when like sometimes the ring could come off and sometimes it couldn't. Because it's like, okay, girl, you just had a lot of salt, you had a lot of sodium. It's
I'm like, get out of the heat for a little bit, like cool down.
They were getting olive oil. I was like, she doesn't need no olive oil. She just needs to get a little cold, and then it'll slip right off of her fingers. Okay, that was pretty funny. But also, shout out to the ex-fiance for calling Mateo.
Yeah,
because we got an extra 45 minutes of the movie because of that, or maybe even longer. Actually, an hour. So shout out to that.
Yeah, I was glad he came back. I was glad that he wasn't gone for like a long period of time. It was fun to have him there.
Yeah. Let's see. I think my favorite character might be Michael.
Okay. Yeah.
Michael. I mean, second to the sister. But maybe Michael. Yeah. I liked him. Yeah. He sung. Yeah, he was cool. He wasn't like also like, because I feel like in some rom-coms you have a very stubborn like no, like I like her but I can't. Like he would come around. Like, you know, he liked her. He picked her up.
Yeah.
Took her to the vineyard the first day. So yeah, I like it. It wasn't like too much like, like, you know, you like her, get over it.
No, I agree. When they're like too grumpy and too like mean, and you're like, aren't they supposed to be in love?
Yeah, it's like I could never do it. Like she could never like me. Like get over it. So
I like that he could tell very quickly that like it didn't seem like her and Mateo were really. Like, he didn't know the truth, but I feel like he, like, very quickly was like, I don't think you guys actually really love each other.
Yeah. So I liked him. My least favorite character. Let's see. I don't know. Everybody was fabulous. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I think it was, like, the younger brother who was always on his phone and, like, recording stuff. Funny. Yeah. Maybe him. But yeah. Any other moments of the movie that you like to discuss?
No, I don't think so. I liked it. I thought that it was cute. Loved the outfits. I know we talked about that. Everybody looked really good. Yeah, I just thought Reggae was very charming, and I liked some of the music choices later in the movie. I thought those were good. Yeah. No,
they had a little Olivia Dean. Yeah, they had the Mario. Yeah. Also with the outfits, I told my mom, I was like, I feel like I need to get me some more linen.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, go to Aritzia, because we went in there the other day for some shopping. I didn't get anything, but like everything was linen. Like it was straight all linen. So
I don't. Okay. Aritzia.
I didn't buy anything, so yeah, you're not gonna make me feel bad if you say something.
Aritzia like giving like expensive H&M, like they use like the same fabrics, and I'm like, I'll just go to H&M.
No, I thought that as well when I was looking. Where I was like, I don't feel like, because I went in there kind of being like, oh, is this gonna be like a nice upgrade for like with some work clothing, like some nice higher end work clothing pieces? But I was like, I think I just need to go to Zara. Like I think that if I'm gonna spend this money, I'm gonna go to a different store. And if I want what I'm looking at right now, like you said, I'm gonna go to an H&M or like Abercrombie and Fitch, honestly, too.
Yeah, because it's like they have the basics. I mean, like their stuff is cute.
Yeah,
but it's like, okay, these are basics that I feel that I can get from H&M.
Like you said, if you're not going to use a better material, why am I paying double the price? So
yeah, they use some twins polyester.
Shein's biggest customer. Yeah.
Look. but with Lennon though,
These
me and
twins.
Lennon, we do have some beef like midsummer when you're trying to iron linen and it's just wrinkly schminkly, and you're like,
I don't like how linen looks on my body personally. So
yeah.
And the ironing, that is a whole thing too.
Like I put it in the dryer, I iron it. I'm like, you know what? We're just going to be wrinkly schminkly today.
I think linen's just meant to be wrinkly at the end of the day.
Well, I got to get me some like I don't know, like rundown linen shirts to work on in the farm.
That would be cute. Yeah. Add that to your Pinterest.
Yeah. Oh, it's already there.
Okay.
Come on, you're late. But okay, the moment of truth, I guess. What did you give it on Letterboxd, Catherine?
Okay, so I'm gonna preface this by telling you my rom-com rating because I know you're gonna
She's a
hate on
hater.
me.
Okay.
I know you're gonna hate on me for what I gave it.
Okay.
Here's my thing: almost no rom-coms that I watch
just tell us.
give a 4 or above. So I just want to set
Wow.
that.
Just
I'm
tell us,
sorry.
Catherine.
I gave it a
Rip the
3.5.
Band-Aid off.
I gave it a 3.5.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. Like, that's good for a rom-com for me because they're not my favorite movies, so they're usually not 4s. Like, my favorite rom-coms are, like, 4s and 5s.
Okay.
But 3.5. I had a great time. It was light fluffy. I don't know if I'd, like, rewatch it right away, but, like, I might put it on Netflix. You know, if I see it again in a year, like, I'd be like, let me go ahead and watch this. Let me tune in just to his singing again. Yeah, it was cute. It was fun. It wasn't life-changing. You know, that's how I felt about it.
To you. It wasn't life-changing to you.
And I think we all know what you gave it.
You know, contrary. I'm not. I don't work for the New York Times.
Just give it to us. See,
I'm
that's
not
what
a
you said to
movie
me. Just give it to us. Just tell us.
I'm not a movie critic, okay? I gave it 5 stars. I thought it was
Absolutely
delightful.
you did.
I giggled the entire time. You said you might watch it on Netflix. I already have my eye on a 7:30 p.m. showing tomorrow that I'm trying to be super productive so I can go see it again.
Aww. That's
so yeah, I really liked it. I really did. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I think like Will Packer, can you please make it a DVD?
Well, we know he's listening, so.
Yeah, Will Packer. Will Packer, actually make me an extra in the next movie.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, Will Packer, let's connect so I can be a producer, you know?
You could be like her hometown friend from Atlanta. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we didn't talk about her other friend, though. The one who kind of helped her out. Or the one who was kind of like, girl, what are you doing? Yeah.
I mean, she was just... Okay, that part actually, because she was on voice memos a lot of the time. I don't always love, like, a text voice memo, like, stuff overwords. Sometimes that didn't, like... I think that part didn't work for me. Like, I liked her when we saw her in the beginning. And I get they wanted to, like, keep including her in it. But sometimes it's like when I see a text or I hear something like that in the movie, I'm kind of like...
Yeah.
But she was cool.
But yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
She was cool. But yeah, so stay tuned. So the moment of truth part 2, where would you rank this?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm so sorry. I actually was just looking at this. Where would I rank this? It disappeared. Okay.
Would it be 1 or 2? Under Sinners or under Little Women?
Okay. Let's see here.
Well, I'm just gonna say it. If you put it under The Long Walk, I'm gonna be
it's not gonna be under The Long Walk.
Are you sure? I feel like you're going down there.
I'm trying to decide.
It's okay if you don't.
Above or below Ready or Not 2. You don't like horror. I'm sorry. And rom-coms are not my favorite. I think I'm going to put it in 11. Okay? Below Ready or Not 2. But I really like this movie. I think that everyone should go see it. I think we all need to support rom-coms. I think we all need to support black-led films. So, like, let's all go see it. Love it.
I just want to clarify. So you want to put it under Ready or Not 2, where they were like hell Satan in that movie? I just want to.
And they all died. All the Satanists died in that movie. Okay, so like it was basically a Christian film. It was essentially a movie produced by the church.
Just adding that in there.
Okay. I like this movie. I supported it. I think we should all go support it.
No, go support it. I mean, people have been supporting it. Like,
Yeah.
I want to know how it's doing on the box office. I meant to go look that up. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Where
you
am I
can't.
gonna rank
Half
it?
the time you can't trust, because I saw like Variety said something about it, and I was like, Variety, we saw what you said about Sinners last year, so like I don't want to hear anything that you have to say about movies, you know?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people I know, they went to go see it. So
Yeah. Same. And like I said, my theater was packed. Like all the showtimes I was looking at were pretty packed. So.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, should I go ahead and book my ticket for tomorrow?
I think we should.
Okay, but surprise, surprise! I think my list is so funny. I think I'm gonna do it number 2. So above People We Meet on Vacation.
Okay, it's dethroned
Yeah.
People We Meet on Vacation.
Yeah. I mean, Sinners, you know, the Oscar winner for Best Picture, I guess, is above it. But
I would rewatch this one over People We Meet on Vacation. So.
yeah, I would too. Yeah. But people, I mean, I rewatch People We Meet on Vacation. Pretty.
Yeah. Ray Gay's just hotter. Like, he's just... I hate to say he's shallow, but that sways me. Like, he just is more attractive, so... And Halle Bailey's very attractive as well.
Yeah, and this is black-led, so...
Exactly.
Yeah. But, okay. Well, that was our episode of You, Me, and Tuscany. If you want to hear us yap more and more, and if you just want to get more of our content, feel free to follow us on A-listers_pod. And you can also find us on TikTok at A-listers_pod. And if you would like to send us a love letter, or Will Packer, if you're listening and you would like to give us a sponsorship, or maybe get Jahsleighe as a producer, or maybe Jahsleighe as an extra on the next film, you know, just putting all the options out there. You can email us at moviesandyap@gmail.com, and that is moviesandyap@gmail.com. I did this last time too, but maybe one day I will learn. But that is our episode, and thank you all for joining.
Yeah. See you next week.
See you next
Bye.
week. Bye.